Imagine a league built by the people, for the people. A league dedicated to the economic development of your city. So the question becomes, how good are the 32 teams that play in the minor football league? Well, there's only one way to find out. You have to experience the MFL.
Welcome to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Richard Myles Sr., founder, chairman, and CEO of the Minor Football League. I want everybody to understand that this show goes into the depths of inside the MFL and what's going on with the MFL and even this COVID pandemic that's going on. We want everybody to take precaution because, like I say, this is not over yet. But I want people to really take in consideration you have family and loved ones. You don't want to be running all around in the streets. So without further ado, we're going to get started with our show. And I got Leslie on the line. How you doing there, sir?
I'm good, Mr. Myles. How about you?
I'm hanging in there. What about yourself? So everything going well with the family?
Pretty much. We're trying to stay safe too out here. You know, it's dangerous times. You know.
Absolutely. You know, I want to get into the things that the collaboration we're doing there in Africa, and of course you all are spearheading it. You know, I want to let you introduce yourself to the MFL Nation so they can know exactly who you is and some of the things that we're doing over there. And the collaborators know you had some good news. You got a big meeting coming up. So I want you to tell our listener audience what's going on with that.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm Leslie Koroma. I'm the CEO and founder of African Sports Ventures Group, which is a sports solution and services company. We do everything basically about sports. We try to help with leagues, with sports for nations. We try to help individual athletes. We basically cover all bases in terms of sports. We currently, we just concluded the first Pan-African Sports Conference last couple of days. Where the president of Liberia was a keynote speaker on the final day, which was on May 25th, Africa Day. And we're looking forward to the next major undertaking that's set for October 23rd and 24th. That's our next major conference, online conference. And we basically touching on a bunch of stuff out there having to do with the sports landscape. We touched on a number of great topics in the conference the last few days. We talked about funding and sponsorship in the sports and space in Africa. We talked to the athletes who were affected, especially with this COVID-19 situation. And we also had a conversation about fan engagement, where coming out of COVID-19, we want to know what the situation is going to be when folks return back to the stadiums, or how folks are going to get their content, whether, you're getting it from TV, you're getting it via online, on your device, on your phone or tablet. We explored all the areas that needed to be explored. And on the second day, we had the president of Liberia, President Weah of Liberia, who was a keynote speaker. And then we had a ministerial roundtable, ministers of sports from different countries in Africa had a roundtable with one of our members, who's also a law professor here, was right there in Howard University. Actually, that's where he's a law professor, Professor Andre Smith. He was the moderator for that. Explored some great stuff on there. And we also explored traditional sports. Well, see, traditional sports in Africa, it's something that's really big, but it's not mainstream. It's not mainstream. Like Senegalese wrestling You know how the Japanese got sumo wrestling? Well, we got in Africa, they got Senegalese wrestling, which is big. It has huge commercial value. So we were talking about that, and we had some great panelists, including the special assistant for youth and sport to the president of Senegal, Mr. Macky Sall, His Excellency Macky Sall. His name is Ndongo Njai, who's a former basketball player, professional basketball player, that was on the program with us to explore that topic. And then finally, we talked about the biggest sport on the continent, which is actually soccer. And there was a great conversation around that. So we're touching a bunch of great things that we feel is going to help to lift sports in Africa. But on the next round, we definitely are going to be having a discussion with people like yourself to explore what it means to bring new opportunities to Africa, a professional league like the MFL, and how that's going to benefit many communities across Africa. There's a lot of opportunities when it comes to that. But we know we just have to open the doors and open the landscape. And there's a lot of folks out there who love football. And so we just want to bring the sports over to Africa and let them experience it firsthand in front of them. You know, so we look forward to having that conversation with yourself and a number of other big names in the sports business on that side, like the NBA Africa, people like roundtable, guys like that, commissioner for that, and so we can have that conversation about what new opportunities will bring for folks in Africa and what it means for them. And so that's what Africa Sports Ventures Group has been doing, and we have a lot more stuff planned, obviously. So, but at this stage, you know, we're kind of trying to engage all the folks who are involved in the business of sports on that side and around the world, because we had folks not just from Africa but all over the world, actually from Europe, from here in America, from Asia. So it was a massive success, and we were happy to host that program the last few days, and we're looking forward to the next one in October. So the MFL has found a great partner in Africa Sports Ventures Group, and that's a great company that I want everybody else out there to know about. And you can visit us at www.africasvg.com. That is www.africasvg.com. That's where we're at. That's where you can find some information about us. We're also on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. You can find us on those social media handles. We're relatively new. We're not that old, but what we bring to the table has put us on the top of the heap already. Because we're not seeking to compete with anyone. We have something special we bring to the table. So, and that's what we're more particular about. The services that we bring to the table is what's important. It's what's going to separate us from anyone else who's out there doing any type of business at our level. So, as it is right now, after this last few days, we find ourselves where a lot of, in fact, some countries are already requesting our services. So we're looking good. We're expecting good things to happen, and we're going to, basically lay the foundation for minor football league to come to Africa and expand and grow and become part of the sports space in Africa. So in short, that's who I am. That's what we are.
Okay, but also, what does it mean to have the MFL come to Africa? What kind of impact, what significant part would that play in the MFL being in Africa?
Well, let's look at it this way. When leagues operate, wherever they operate, when they have franchises around, in those towns or those cities where they are, there's a lot of opportunities that open up. You have job opportunities. You have job opportunities, which is a key thing, one of the biggest things, first of all. And then you have the opportunity of that money that's being made in that community for the government itself, in whether it's in the town or in the country as a whole, to benefit from taxes and services that they bring in. And obviously the athletes coming in will have to be immersed in the community. They get to interact with folks in the community. And they bring a lot to the community. They help to inspire the young and open up their eyes to new opportunities. The economic impact alone is huge. It's huge because once you have something like the MFL, a franchise of the MFL in one city in Africa, it will change a lot of things. It will impact their community. Let's just look at what it is with some of the franchises here in America. You know, you take Houston, you take Atlanta, you take New Orleans and LA, all those places. Literally, what you have is something that becomes the mainstay of those communities in a sense. For example, in New Orleans, you have the New Orleans Saints, and you have the New Orleans Pelicans as the basketball team. Those two franchises, for me personally, I feel like those are the two franchises that keep New Orleans alive in a sense, in terms of economic opportunities, being a lifeblood of that city. When those teams are playing, every time a team comes to town to play, hotels are filled up, restaurants are buzzing, clubs are filled up. As a hubbub of activity, everybody gets to benefit in town. Everybody gets to benefit. So that's what it is at this stage. I mean, I don't think anyone can deny the impact of what sports mean to any community. You know, when you have a franchise in any country, any society. So with the MFL coming to different parts of Africa, it's going to open up many opportunities. And now we're talking about not just when the team is playing, what it does, but also what happens when you have an increased flurry of activity in any town, right? You have the hotels, like I said, they fill up, the restaurants are buzzing. That means you have a need for food products. You have folks who are in other parts of the service industry who will be busy, engaged in something that has to do with that franchise being there and being part of
the economic base.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of things will happen. That impacts so many, because you have a supply chain of people from the farmer to the one that sells the product, that brings it to the city, to the one that sells it to the hotels, and wants to sell it to the restaurants. So now all of that gets impacted because now you have a franchise in town who's not just employing people, but also providing opportunities when other teams come to town to play them. So you have that there as a backdrop and as a foundation for what's going to be happening when the franchise is in town, when franchise exists in any community. So that's what the MFL is going to mean to Africa. That's what the MFL is going to mean to any country. It's going to mean to any community. So we're very positive about. I'm happy about the fact that you made that decision to come to Africa, to bring your league to Africa, and to have half the league be part of or to be located over there, and the rest here in America. So we look forward to that interaction. Obviously, there's so much more that has to do with the culture of football that will be imparted to the youngsters on that side of the world that are looking forward to such an opportunity. You know, they're looking forward to such an opportunity. So yes, I look forward to definitely how that's going to help to change the landscape across Africa as a whole.
Yes. Also, you know, the great thing about what we're doing, the fact that we get an opportunity to share what we're doing in terms of these franchises be owned by Africans. You know, that's the significant thing of it. It's not the MFL come there to take anything from there. We come in there to empower our people, you know, and in terms of now they have an actual opportunity to own a professional franchise. So these franchises stay there. It's not like you come, do business, and leave. You know, that's not what this is about. And that's what I'm so excited about, that people of color get an opportunity to own these franchises. And then they'll talk about the economical base will stay there. You know, it won't leave. You don't have to worry about people dumping their stuff over in Africa. Because, you know, the NFL, every time whoever loses in the Super Bowl, all that stuff get dumped over in Africa. Now they will have their own team's apparel over there that they can wear proudly, not because it's something that, you know, was left over, so here you go. This is stuff that can be marketed around the world as far as just like Africa. You know, we want people to understand that they're going to own these franchises. The players get a chance to play home. They get to stay there. They get a chance to collaborate with family members and stuff. You get an opportunity to the coach over there. They get an opportunity to be GMs over there. So it's just a preparable of I get a little tongue tied there, of things that the MFL bring, because you're talking about people that's in broadcast journalists. Okay, they get a chance to work there at home, marketing, you know, PR, you know, sports management, sports trainers, you know. Now you can learn how to be a sport agency there. Okay, you don't have to worry about what I'm trying to go over to the United States and see if I get a break. Everything will be right there. You will get a chance to come when your team play the teams here in America. Then you get a chance to see. But more importantly, the fact that it will be owned by Africans, you know, that's you know, I mean, that's big, and I mean, you yourself have to admit that these are going to be owned by African owners, and you know, a lot of people, we don't want to downplay that. By no means. We want everybody to understand that's unheard of, and we get a chance to own. We get a chance to control the narrative. So these are the types of things that we're excited about. And
you're right. That's one thing maybe I didn't touch on, but folks on that side to own their own franchises and build family wealth, in a sense, build wealth. Because when you have such a high level of operation, and has the potential of putting millions of dollars, potentially billions of dollars in the hands of folks who are businessmen and women on that side of the world who've never had an opportunity to have access to generating that type of income, but they will be presented with that type of opportunity with this, with the MFL, the league itself. Then that's beyond huge. I mean, we're not just talking about just the community impact that it will have with folks having jobs and the trickle down effect with what you have with you know, so many other suppliers who will be supplying, whether it's memorabilia or outfits and merchandise to the league, but also the fact that you have folks who this owners who will have access to monies that they've never had before. I mean, I'm saying it's never had before because in a sense, when you invest, you're expecting growth in that investment. So if you have, say, a few $1 million now, you have the opportunity to grow it potentially into the billions, then that becomes a whole nother ballgame, because now you're looking at expanded opportunities. Now you not only have access to that kind of money, but you can create more opportunities with what you got coming in, and continue to grow your franchise and build your franchise to becoming such a integral brand to the community, to the country as a whole. But then you have more opportunities to go beyond not just your franchise and become more impactful in the society. You know, so now, and you have that wealth coming in and it's yours. It's not being filtered through any second or third person out there. And you're not being denied access to that kind of opportunity because you're African or you're black, you know, that kind of stuff. So now you have that direct opportunity. So, which is sometimes some of the issues that we see in a lot of high-level leagues out there. I don't want to dwell too much on that, but the issue is, yes, folks will have an opportunity to finally have access to wealth that they can have for their families and pass on to for generations to come, and which is very important. You know, we want to make sure that at the same time, I know the MFL is going to have a program on how to work with the owners and make them understand the impact of what we presented to them and how they can grow beyond that and become such impactful and integral part of their communities and of their families, and how to be responsible with the wealth that's been presented to them. Because with great wealth comes great responsibility as well.
Right.
I know they say with great power comes, you know, a great responsibility or great expectations as well. But with great wealth comes great responsibility as well, because you could have someone with a lot of wealth that doesn't know how to use their money.
There you go.
And so what we want is, alongside all of this, how to educate not just the owners, but also even the players in the league, how to be responsible with wealth, how to be responsible with money. Because again, it's been the over years.
And they have to understand that people, you know, people of color never had that opportunity, as you know. And we're trying to make sure that over in Africa, that we allow our brothers and sisters over there to understand that, because we know all the powers always go to Africa and take all the natural resources. Africa is one of the richest continent in the world, you know, but people will not say that, but it's true. So, you know, we want to also teach the players how to handle money, how to be entrepreneurs, because you can't play football forever. We want them to understand that. And these are some of the type of things that we want them to understand. Players as well as owners, you know, we never had generational wealth to pass down. We never had that opportunity, you know. And even talking to former players in the National Football League, I tell them all the time, you know, what do you own? You know, we're the biggest consumers in America. We have nothing to show for it. Well, you know, we spend $2 trillion a year go through our hands. Go through our hands, but we have nothing to show for it. So we need to understand how to stop being, we got to learn to be owners and stop being consumers, you know, because right now, all we do is we buy everybody else's product but our own.
You're right.
We support everybody else but our own. People ask me the question, well, why are you taking half of the league over there? Why not? This is a great opportunity to not only get rid of that myth between Africans and African Americans, because we know it's been a lot of mistrust there, only perpetuated by, you know, our counterparts, because that's what they try to do, keep us divided. You know what I mean? And we got to understand strength in numbers. We got to understand that we need generational wealth. Stop jumping on these different schemes that come up. You know, people come up with stuff and we're the first to jump on it. You know, but it doesn't give you generational wealth. It makes them wealthy. So these are the types of things that I'm trying to express to people of color. You know, this is the last time that people of color get an opportunity to own a professional franchise. Now, keep in mind, it's not that many. It really is. It's not that many. So when people look and say, oh, wow, 32 teams, because if 16 over there, they should go. There's 16 over here going to go. Then what? You know, we got to stop always being late and always talking about we didn't know certain things. You know, we take chances on investing in everybody else's stuff but our own. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we got to get out of that. What do we need to do to get out of that whole concept of thinking?
Well, I mean, you nailed it on the head. First of all, we have to learn how to hold on to our dollars, and not only hold on to our dollars, but trying to direct our dollars to our community, support each other. I know this has been said time and again. It's almost cliche, if I can say that. But the reality of the matter is that we do spend most of what we get and don't hold on to it. So when you hear about the African American community having a spending power of over $1 trillion+, that's, in a sense, it makes some people feel good. But when you really sit down and listen and look at it it doesn't sit well in a sense because
because you don't own it.
It's coming and going. It's coming and going. It's right through our hands instead of staying within the community. So I think every Black person in America and in Africa can sit down, will need to sit down and examine themselves and ask themselves, what are they really doing to better themselves in their communities? Having all this high-end fashion from whoever, I mean, at the end of the day, what is it? What does it want? I mean, truly
appreciate as soon as you get it.
Yes, I mean, nobody's saying don't like good stuff. Nobody's saying don't buy good stuff.
Yeah, but is it necessary? We try to define ourselves and what we wear, and that's not what we do. Why would you? You can't define yourself on what you own or what you have, because you if you don't maintain it, then there's nothing. You bought something that costs all this money. What, you gonna wear it forever? You can't do that. You can't wear it forever. So these are some of the types of things that hopefully that we people of color need to really, and the MFL will have a roundtable, which you will be a part of it. And we're going to have this discussion. We don't understand money. We don't understand business. We understand business, but we don't understand business. You know what I mean? And that's something we got to understand. And even with things going on now here in America, I'm quite sure you've seen the officer what he did. We have to understand. Black people are confused about two things. They got to understand the difference between freedom and being free. You know what I mean? See, and a lot of us misinformed and don't understand what that means. You have freedom. You're not free. Try to do certain things and see what they do to you. You think that would have happened if that was really a free person? You know what I mean?
You're right.
Come on. Right. Just stepping away from the conversation, because I'm kind of upset about that. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about that. We got to sometimes. We have to understand that sometimes you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's simple as that. Right. And we we're not going to do that. And I'm not one to get in politics. So I am. I don't get in that. But right is right and wrong is wrong. We need they need to stop that. And everybody always talk about things, but no solution. I always felt that African-American police should patrol in their neighborhoods. Caucasian police officers should patrol in their neighborhood. Do you think any of these things would happen if they was in the white neighborhoods on the real side? No, because they know better. Now, even though everybody has good and bad, but I think you'll be able to handle people of our people, because they will know better and say, look, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Because you got a mother, you got a sister, you got a father, you got a brother, you got a son, and you would not want nobody to do that to them. No. So why would you do that to somebody else's?
That story is, like I say, the legacy of oppression dating back to obviously slavery.
Oh, and my goodness.
The pain still continues. The oppression, the rage, I mean, it sits inside all of us. But, the reality of the matter is, I don't know what these people be thinking in their heads when they're out there doing their jobs and thinking they can willy-nilly take anybody's life like that. Yeah. I mean, we're all outraged at this situation. And this follows right on the heels of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia, who got shot by two vigilante, dad and a son, who call themselves patrolling the neighborhood. So the young man jogging around, trying to stay fit, and they took it upon themselves to hunt and kill this man like an animal. Right. And this one yesterday, this man complaining, talking about he couldn't breathe. You got your knee on his. Oh my goodness!
I just it was sad. But that really bothered me. It bothered me to no end. To see that being done. So we're gonna have to stand up. We can't keep doing this. We can't. Something has to give. You know, these are the types of things that we people of color have to just take a stand. Question is, not getting too political, do you want to die on your feet or on your knees? You know what I mean? And I don't want to get into nothing political, but sometimes we got to stand up sometime. You know, we got to be heard. The reason we're able to do some of the things that we're doing now is because of some people had an opportunity to make a way for us. You know, these are types of things that we need to address, and be it the sports realm or you know, we can't just sit back and just, well, it's not happening to me, so I'm not going to comment. Or people feel like, you know, we're not going to get involved. But you would want somebody to get involved if it was being done to you. You would want somebody to really get involved. So, like I say, not getting on the political, but I would be remiss if I would not comment on this, because this is really, really sad that this is happening. And, you know, it's nothing being done, or being fired is not enough. It's like police officers seem like they had the attitude they would rather be judged, you know, by 12 than to be carried by 6. And these are some of the things that we really need to we need to you know, understand and do. I just, you know, that's just so sad that it happened, and it's nothing being done about it. You know, it's nothing being done, but I think what they doing is still, it's not enough. Firing people, and that's not enough. I mean, it got to be more to it than just find people, or these the type of people that has an attitude that they can do what they want when they want to do it, and it's nothing going to happen to them. So that's why they're doing the things that they're doing, because it will not be any repercussion. So you know, it just makes me sad, because I know that I'm a law-abiding citizen, but something like that is no reason for that to be happening. No reason at all for that to be happening. It's just no reason for that to be happening. It's wrong. It's not right. And we go through the motions, and everybody upset about what happened. But you know, your counterparts, things, they can do things, and they're treated a lot different than we are. They can have a gun. You know, they can be swinging axe at officers, and nothing that. People of color just have peaceful protests, and they get beat. You know, they get locked up, they get handcuffed. People, you know, officers putting their foot on their throat. You know, why is this kind of things happening, and everybody not say anything about it? You know, and what I mean, not saying anything about it, that don't mean you're talking about it amongst ourselves. I mean, you know, if you was to stop patronizing different businesses, then this would not happen. You know, but you go there and patronize these businesses, and you still don't get, they still don't have no respect for you. So, you know, this man lost his life because they allegedly said that he tried to cash a check. That wasn't good. Okay, he didn't get nothing from the place. The people asked him to go. He left. They called the police, and then this happens. You know, come on. Deadly force is deadly force. You do not have to use deadly force. It's a time for it. And I know, being a member of the Chief Advisory Board up in Montgomery County, I know what the police procedures are, what you can do and what you can't do. So I'm well aware of that. So when people say stuff, I know better. I know what the protocol is. So you can say that to other people, but I know better. So some of these things that they're using, they're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do these things at all. So, I just had to, give my two pennies on that. And because I'm mad, I'm not going to sit up here and say I wasn't, because that's somebody's father, somebody's son, somebody's brother, and for that to happen, because I know I would be mad. I have 2 sons of my own. I have 5 grandsons, and no, that I would be. I don't even want to say how I would react to that, because find somebody that would not be. That's not enough, and I would not just say that because of my kids or grandkids. I would be the same way with somebody else's, because like I said, enough is not being done. And I think all athletes and Campbell did try to do that. He stepped out. He took a knee for the injustice was going on to people of color, and look how he was treated. And here's somebody, and they tried to justify that. See, I better stick with the show, because it kind of get me upset. But I know I get a lot of people here trying to get me to comment on that, because we have to use the platforms that we have. Really, it's no use of having platforms and you don't really use them. When you have a platform that people listening to you, then you have an obligation to tell them that when something is wrong, it's wrong. As simple as that. It's wrong. When the people of color are going to understand, be it sports celebrities, people in the music industry, when are we going to get together and sit down and talk? We don't need them to talk or be at the table. We need to sit down and talk. That's the main thing. And we ain't talking about the people that already had wealth. Wealth is good, but when you don't share it and use it to help other people, then it really don't mean that much. You know what I mean? It really don't mean that much. We have to understand that what we're doing is we have to really share. We need to sit down and talk. We need to talk about owning things, not what you have, but where we able to help empower people of color, economic development. We need to sit down and keep our dollars here. Why can't we open a bank? We have enough money to come through the African American hand to own a bank. But you put your money in banks that give people of color high interest loans and your counterpart low interest loans. And a lot of people understand that. These mega churches, another one. I'm a man, I'm a religious man, but what they're doing is wrong. They need to open their own bank instead of buying all these jet planes and stuff. And I'm not saying that you're not entitled to live nice, but not where other people in your flock is suffering. And, the norm is gone. Everybody keep talking about politicians. We need to get back to the norm. The norm is gone. Believe me, it's gone. Look at the unemployment list. The norm is gone. Everything that you knew before and once knew is gone. Everything gonna be different. Everybody say, I always say things and it always comes to tuition. I'm telling you now, the norm is gone. This is a great opportunity. And I'm not just saying that you can buy a franchise here at the MFL. Whatever you do, own something. Own something. Not owning anything. You're going to find out that you're going to wonder why you're short. You're going to wonder why things are not going your way, or you feel like somebody needs to give you something. They're not going to give you anything. So, and I don't want to get off into politics, and I had to get a little excited because I'm hurt. I'm insulted by what happened. And if anybody, African Americans that were not insulted, not saying people, Caucasian people not upset, because there was a lot of them out there upset, because to see something like that is, I think whatever show you're doing, be it sports, entertainment, if you can't take time out to talk about what went on, then you're missing something, or you don't care. No one have ever sat down and had a round table of significant people. We ain't talking about the normal people that's supposed to be fighting for this and that. I'm talking about the everyday people. Invite them to the table. Invite them to the table. You don't need to sit with the mayors of your municipalities and stuff. The people have to have a meeting. The people, because when you meet, you have to get things together amongst ourselves before we can go talk to anybody else about something. So, like I say, I think anybody have a platform should be talking about this. If they don't talk about this, either they don't care or they just, I think you need to take time out from your show or whatever platform that you have, and you need to speak on this, because it's a shame that what happened, and they're trying to downplay it, and we out of sight, out of mind. This is in sight, and like I told people for the longest time, thank God for social media, man. Thank God for social media, and we need to really reevaluate what we're doing and the things that we're doing, because I'm telling you right now that these things have to be addressed. You're listening, you're here with another edition of Inside the MFL. I want to just tell you the different social medias you can come on. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We do our show Wednesdays and Fridays from 5 to 6. We're also on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock. Saturday mornings at 11. DC Radio, Inside the MFL. I want people to just experience the MFL. Just come see what we're doing. We're registering players for NAM for the 21 season. The website is mflishere.com. You can also reach us directly, 240-551-8031. That's 240-551-8031. We want you to understand that internship is available. If you're interested in sports management, this is the place. We want people to understand that we're not trying to be the NFL. The NFL is who they are, who we are. The reason we've been around for 25 years, and it's shocking most people, because we've been here. No one took the time to even experience what the MFL is doing. They jumped when the Lions Football League started. Oh, everybody was all excited. And then I bust their bubble and sold it wouldn't last. The XFL, not beating nobody up. The XFL had 20 years to get together. And what happened? They fold. And a lot of y'all, I know what a lot of y'all thinking. Oh, because of the pandemic. Let me tell you something. When God for you, everybody can be against you. And I tell people all the time, God's in charge. Y'all may think you're in charge, but you're not. And all I want people to do is experience the MFL, experience what we're doing. Give us a call. Go to our website. I mean, we have opportunities here. And you and I know, even touching on a couple of things, the Rooney Rule. I know y'all heard about that. The Rooney Rule benefit nobody but the Rooneys. And still to even bring that up to say you should interview African Americans. Why not hire African Americans? The best person should get hired. You know what I mean? Oh, now let me tell you what they did. If you didn't read about it, well, if you hire an African American coach, we'll move you up in the draft. Oh, not because that guy was qualified. Well, we have to give the people. They have to talk about a senator to give people a job. Isn't that something? But then again, y'all used to that anyway. African American, we used to that. The best qualified person don't never get the job anyway. The old saying is not what you know, is who you know. We have coaching opportunities here. We have a general manager position available. We even want women GMs. And definitely, you have an opportunity to own a franchise. franchise opportunity is available here. And I want people to understand the MFL is the laboratory of change. If you don't understand that, I will explain that to you again. We bring in former players from the field to the front office. Although you're doing well now and you're playing in the league or you left the league, you got money, remember what the NFL stands for, not for long. Okay, that's what it stands for. Because when you find yourself out of there, and then now you got this little bit of money and you don't know what to do with it. Think about the MFL. Think about these letters. MFL, money for life. And that's what happened if you own one. Because now you're talking about generational wealth that you can pass down. So, these are, I'm not a preacher, but sometimes I feel like I get in that mode to talk to our people and get people to understand. And I tell people in a minute, this is not the Negro Leagues. Believe me, let's don't get that confused. We have opportunity for everybody, but don't get it twisted because I talk about people of color. All of a sudden, someone wanted to say, oh, they about the. This is not the minority football league. It's the minor football league. The only minor league system in the country. We are a developmental league. You don't understand what that means. Most of you young guys that ever went out for those combines tell you, well, you should know when you go there and pay your money, fly halfway around the country, get a hotel, and they work you out for an hour and tell you you're not developed enough. You just need a little more, seasoning. You need to understand, learn a little more technique. Well, you can't do that sitting on the couch. You can't do that sitting on the couch. So if you think, well, I'll try it again next year, don't forget, you got thousands of other players coming out of school behind you. So your chance is gone. The MFL is not a league of second chances. We're a league of first chances, not second chance. We want to give you an opportunity, put you on the platform to play, to show what you can do. And then if they don't still see, it's a very viable league. We've been around 25 years. I always tell people in a minute, and I always say documentation beat conversation. I'm not here broadcasting and talk about what we're going to do. Take a look for yourself. Do your research. That's what we already have done. And you didn't even know it because you feel it was insignificant that most people didn't, don't look at this. If I don't get picked by the NFL, my life is over. It's not true. It's not that a lot of athletes are not good enough to play in the NFL. It's just not enough room. Think about it, gentlemen. It's not enough room. You don't have enough room to play. You got thousands of kids coming out of college every year. Then you got players in the NFL still there. What happened? They're going to take a few players every year. So think about that. So like I said, I generally don't go off cue what the show is about. We had our guests on today. We had a little difficulty. Our partner that we're doing business with over in Africa for the 16 franchises going over there. We're excited. This is not talk. This is real. That's why we had people on our show to let you keep people abreast of what's going on inside the MFL. You know what I mean? We want you to know what we're doing. And, we tell people, I know the NFL trying to go. College is trying to go. I know they're trying to go. But, they have to understand that NCAA is so big, they really don't need anything. They can play by themselves. They have contracts and everything. The Power 5 conference is going to play anyway. So, like I say, gentlemen, you young guys, that it's not over for you guys. We are not going to do the 2020 season, and we was excited about it because it's our 25th year anniversary. But I think you guys, life is more important than us than football. But we will go to 2021 season. Registration is now. As soon as this pandemic soon we find out exactly what this is, and the CBC said we can do this, we will be holding combine, but not until we know for sure that it's safe for young men to be out there playing. We don't care about playing the season, nobody being in the stand. No. That's not the reason you've been playing. Some of y'all played college ball and your family member couldn't afford to get there where you was going to school at. No, now you're going to play in the states that you're from because we had provided that we have franchise in them individuals' states. So we're excited about that. And we want these y'all young players that don't forget that, the MFL is here. I mean, we're here. We're excited about this. This is our 25th year. We're a very viable league. We will go 2020. This is the first time we did not go. We have a lot of tremendous opportunities for coaches. I know the HBC, even the coaches in the HBCU used to coach there, never got an opportunity to go to the next level because you had that glass ceiling there. We don't do that. You have an opportunity here, and we want to sign the best coaches that we possibly can because we don't want players to come out here and you have somebody that never played the game or they got the job because their father used to be a coach and they don't have no coaching experience, but they got the job because their father was a coach or their uncle was a GM. That doesn't happen here in the MFL because we're going to screen everybody and make sure everybody's background is right. We don't want people that we're not going to mislead people on anything that we're doing. And like I say, I'd like for you guys to support us. Our apparel is there. You can go to our website and see all the apparel for the different teams. We just want you to come and experience the MFL. We also have programs, work with at-risk youth. We got 5 national programs, No Thugs, No Drugs, Early Youth Offender Program, Conflict Resolution, just like me. And we have our major program. If you donate $1, you produce a scholar. That way we do programs and not dependent on asking a different municipality for money to fund our programs. We get out and we get the money ourselves. All our players have to do 100 hours of community service, be it the players as well as the dance team. We have dance team opportunities as well, young ladies. I know there's a lot of young ladies, these HBC youth schools have great dance teams. Well, we have dance teams as well. So if that's an opportunity for y'all as well. I want you to take a look at what the MFL doing. Like I say, you can contact us on all our social platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Our website is mflishere.com. I repeat that again, mflishere.com. You can also call us on 240-551-8031. As you can see going across the screen, these are the types of things and the opportunity that we have available for people that's qualified. Like I say, so now we can stop sitting back talking about we don't get an opportunity, things don't come our way. Okay, it's right here. Now it's up to you to do something about it. Stop letting somebody else tell you what to do or tell you, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's just like you went to a movie. Somebody told you the movie wasn't nothing. You go there, you found out the movie was great. You know what I mean? So never take other people's opinions because they're different. Everything different about them. Y'all don't agree with the same clothes, same color, same food, same car. Everything is different. So I encourage you guys to take a look at the MFL. Registration is now. Like I say, we're going to sign a 53-man roster. And that's it, a 53-man roster. And we're going to sign the best players. But you cannot say you did not get an opportunity or you didn't know about it. You can't say that. So we're going to give you that opportunity. And we're excited about what we're doing. We look forward to meeting a lot of you individuals, sponsorship opportunity here with the MFL. You and I know if you ain't spend millions of dollars, the NFL you can't be a sponsor of the NFL. But we want to give local vendors, wherever our franchise at, an opportunity to be sponsors and get your name and stuff out there on a national platform. Because like I say, not only a national platform, we global now because we're across the ocean now with the 16 franchise. So like I say, you guys, stop thinking and worry about what somebody else think. You're your own man. It's time for us to take initiative and say, okay, look, let me do this. It don't necessarily be with the MFL, but don't stagnate yourself in thinking you can't do things or something ain't for you. Everything is different now. I want everybody to understand that we got your back there, hon. Leslie, you're back. Can you hear me? I got your back. Can you hear me?
I'm not sure if I can hear you.
I can hear you. I got your back. But anyway, like I say, gentlemen, the ladies, if you're interested in the dance team, we have 16 dance teams here. But of course, the dance teams over in Africa are going to be, we're going to get people over there to be a part of them dance teams. But you have opportunity. We will be taking coaches over in Africa. We're going to take coaches over there to train these their coaches and stuff. So there's a lot of opportunities here for people. We're looking for graphic designers, marketing people, PR, admin people. We need people that's interested in getting the opportunity to intern here with the MFL, the Minor Football League. Like I say, please check all the platforms we have. Get in contact with us. We'll always have somebody to answer the phones. Even though we got this pandemic going on, I want people to understand and be safe out there. Don't just run around out there because it's hot and because you see people out there. CBC say it ain't safe. Don't listen to what people say, everything else okay, because it ain't okay. All you got to do is look at the newspapers, listen to the news. They'll give you the body count. So, you got loved ones there. They need you. You need them. So let's just think about each other, not be selfish, and join us again on Fridays at 6 o'clock. Another edition of Inside the MFL. Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock on DC Radio. I look forward to seeing you guys on Friday. You have been with Richard Myles Sr., founder, chairman, and CEO of the Minor Football League. This has been another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Richard Myles. I'll see you Friday.